Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you my 3-year body transformation from age 18 to 21. In this video, we're going to go through the 4 stages that I went through to get to where I am now, and they're going to go as follows: skinny fat, slim, bulk, and cut. Okay, so I'm quickly going to go through a bit about myself and my body before I started working out. So growing up, I would eat a lot of junk food. I wasn't a very active kid. I had a super skinny figure, but my abdomen was always constantly bloated looking, which is aka skinny fat, which is my first phase. I typically would eat McDonald's, Subway, ice cream, honestly anything and everything every day. Because I was staying so skinny, I didn't think that anything was wrong with my diet, and I thought I could just eat whatever I wanted, no side effects. But honestly, I was constantly tired. I couldn't pay attention in class. I couldn't really pay attention during a conversation. My attention span was just so short, and I never thought that the food I was eating could be causing these side effects. I always just thought it was me, and that's just how I'm going to be for the rest of my life, when in reality, it all had to do with my poor diet. I never really minded the way I looked. It was the way that I felt that made me change my ways. And I'll never forget this one time my sibling's friend looked at me and just said, "You're so skinny," in the most negative, condescending voice. And that's when I realized that the words that some girls would love to hear were the words that could hurt me so much. After that, I started looking at myself differently. I was so embarrassed of my body and the way I looked. From behind especially, I was just like a box with no curves, no figure, no anything. Even though I was still super slim, I just had no definition, no tone, no nothing to my body. I was about 16 at this time, and I decided to become vegetarian and just make more conscious choices about what I was choosing to put in my body. When I first became vegetarian though, I was constantly tired. I would get sick really easily, and everyone just told me that I shouldn't be vegetarian. It was kind of newer at the time. No one I knew was vegetarian, and I just knew that there was something I was doing wrong. There's no reason that I should be feeling this way. So I started tracking my food and seeing what I was eating, seeing my nutrients, and that's when I realized I was extremely low on my protein intake. So I did a bit of research on vegetarian protein sources, and I switched up my diet a bit. And I continued to track just to see that I was getting the right enough of protein for my body. And everything dramatically changed from there. I was more awake, I had more energy, I wasn't getting sick very often. So I was extremely shocked that just being low on protein could have such a negative effect on my body. So that shortly sums up my life before I started working out in my skinny fat phase. So now we're moving on and to when I started to work out. So when I first started working out, I thought I had to do loads of cardio because that's what everyone did at the gym to get fit, right? Yeah, no, because that led me to my super slim phase. During this time, I started using the weighted machines at the gym because I was very intimidated of the free weights. I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of other people. They were too intimidating. So I would go to the gym, do my cardio, do the machines, and go home. I was very satisfied with my results at the time, as my bloating had gone away. I felt healthier, my diet was good, but I didn't realize I definitely wasn't eating enough calories at this time. Shortly after this, I met my boyfriend, who was a personal trainer at the time, and he came up to me and was like, "Okay, we gotta get you lifting heavier. We have to get you eating at a caloric surplus," since my calories were probably about 12,000 calories a day, which is the bare minimum that anyone should be eating. So every week or two, we would bump up my calories by 100 until I reached 1900 calories. It's important to bump up your calories slowly to avoid rapid fat gain. Here is where I started to enter my bulking phase, which is phase 3. As you can see here, my body has changed a lot, aka my boobs. But all jokes aside, it's evident that when you're eating at a caloric surplus, you're gonna gain more fat, and when you're eating at a caloric deficit, you're gonna lose more fat. Anyways, now at this point, I'm a lot more comfortable in the gym. I was lifting heavy weights. I could squat about 95 pounds and I was going to the gym 5 to 6 times a week. My workouts consisted of 2 lower body, 2 upper body, and 1 cardio/ab day. And then I would take a full day just for stretching and relaxation, just to reset my body for the next week. So once I maintained my weight of 120, 121 for a few months, I slowly cut down a few calories, only by about 200 at the max, and I can now see that I had a more solid look to my body. I had a little bit more curve, and I cut down to 117 to 118 pounds at this time, and I kept this weight for quite a while, like several months. During this time, I just continued to perfect my form and strength in the gym. That's really all I cared about. Just getting stronger and doing it properly. Now, 3 years later, and I am back to cutting. I am eating at 1,600 calories, which is the lowest I will go with my calories. My workouts are now consisting of 3 lower body workouts, 2 upper body, and 1 cardio/ab day. I also implement 2 20-minute sessions of Stairmaster. Typically, I like to do it on my upper body day just because it's a bit easier for me. And then on my off day, I always am doing some form of activity, whether it's going for a run, a bike ride, tennis, whatever it may be. I like to stay active that day, just not in the gym, just so I feel like I'm getting a bit of a break from my everyday workout. I am now 8 weeks into my cut, and here are my results. Watching my video. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe down below, as I will be posting more content in the future.